Hello everyone, welcome to One in All. Myself Prachi Alone, the student of Sri Shivaji Science College Amravati. I am the student of BSc third year. Today we are gathered here to learn about my seminar topic, that is nuclear fission reaction and the difference between the nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reactions. So let's begin with our topic. Now I'm going to show some PPTs related to my topic. So we will begin with our PPTs. Yeah, sorry. I welcome you one and all to the Sri Shivaji Science College Amravati to the Department of Chemistry. Now, my topic for today's seminar report is nuclear fission reaction. Under the nuclear fission reactions, first of all, we are going to see the definition of nuclear fission reaction. After that, the characteristics of the nuclear fission reactions. Then, what is fission yield and fission yield curve, and the later fission reaction of fission. After that, we are going to see the differences between the nuclear fission as well as the nuclear fusion reactions. Now, our first topic is nuclear fission reactions. What do we mean by the fission? Fission is nothing but it means the splitting. So, a particular definition for nuclear fission reaction is splitting of heavy nucleus into smaller fragments of approximately equal mass is known as nuclear fission reactions. Means is it's nothing but the distribution of one heavy nucleus into the equal parts. Means that is the division of nucleus in equal mass. There is invariably mass loss during fission reactions. तर या प्रोसेसमध्ये काय होतं, जेव्हा न्यूक्लियर फिजन रिएक्शन्स takes place, there is mass loss because as we know there is splitting of nucleus. Means if it has to split, the nucleus should be split into the equal mass. So as the distribution is related to mass, there is absolutely the mass loss. Here you can see the example, that is fission of uranium 235 giving barium product, and it released the energy of 200 millivolt. Okay. Now next, we are going to see the characteristics of nuclear fission reactions. First of all, first characteristics is large amount of energy is liberated in fission of heavy nucleus. And next, fission reaction is exhibited by heavy nucleus, means atomic number more than 83. For example, uranium, plutonium. Fission reactions may occur spontaneously or may be induced by neutrons or charged particles. Next, fission occur in many different ways. Means nuclear fission reactions takes place in many different ways. Here example is given. Neutron induced fission of uranium 235. More than 200 isotopes of 35 different elements have been identified. Okay. It means that more than 200 isotopes of 35 different elements have been identified in the fission of uranium 235. The next one is in neutron induced fission reactions. For every neutron consumed, 2 or 3 neutrons are produced. Means here you can see the examples that on an average 2.5 neutrons are produced in thermal neutron induced fission of uranium 235. Here we have seen the characteristics of the nuclear fission reactions. Next one, what do you mean by fission yield and fission yield curve? First, listen, thermal neutron induced fission of uranium 235. Here now only we have seen that it occurs in very different modes. Here it occurs in 50 different modes and it releases the energy of 200 millivolt when it reacts with some any other atoms to give barium or any other atom. Okay, so it released very high energy with 2.5 neutrons are also released in the fission of uranium 235 because it has to distribute or split into the equal mass. So it releases high energy as well as the distribution is equal in mass. Next, you can see here the definition of fission yield. Fission yield means, here you can see fission yield for given mass number is defined as number of nuclei of given mass number formed per nucleus of uranium-235. We have the formula to calculate the fission yield. Now, how we can calculate the fission yield? By simply using this formula, we can calculate the fission yield. Percentage fission yield equals to number of nuclei of given mass number formed in fission upon number of nuclei of uranium-235 fission into 100. Next, what is meant by the fission yield curve? How this curve is defined and between what the curve is plotted. See, the percentage yield of many mass number have been determined to obtain fission yield curve. A curve is simply obtained by plotting percentage fission yield as function of mass number is called as fission yield curve. Next, here you can see the curve is given between the atomic number and between the uh, atomic mass number. So, in this figure, you can see the range of mass number for the product is in between 85 and 105. That blue one is for first curve. You can see that blue one it is 85 range and the red one it ranges at 105 for the lighter nuclei. And the next curve you can see for heavier nuclei, the first that blue one it is at 130 and the red one that is at 150. Now according to this curve we have calculated some points here. The percentage yield of these fission fragments depends upon their mass number. As already we have seen, there is distribution of mass, it totally depends on their mass numbers. Next, the nature of yield distribution is asymmetric with maximum yields at A equals to 95 in lighter mass region and A equals to 114 heavier mass region. Already we have seen in the diagram. Now the yields of symmetrical fission, that is A1 equals to A2 equals to 117 is very low. Yeah. Thus, yeah, we get there two peaks. For one is for light and so here you can see we get two peaks. As a valley are the features of distribution since low energy fission. As energy of bombarding particles increased, mass distributions becomes more symmetric. Next, fission reaction as an alternative source of energy. We can use this fission reaction as an alternative source of energy to develop another kinds of energy. So how we can use it? Energy, as we all know that energy is the driving force for development of a nation. Yeah, our conventional energy resources are limited. What do you mean by conventional energy? Conventional energy is nothing but the energy which we can generate, okay, are known as conventional kind of energy. For example, burning of fossil fuels which generates CO2 gas, which is major greenhouse gas posing a threat of global warming and climate change. Here the little diagram is given which is called the chain reaction. Means nuclear fission reaction involves the chain reaction. In this chain reaction there is reaction of uranium-235 which split into the krypton atom and the barium atom. Now the fission of uranium-235 or plutonium-239 proves to be a non-carbon source of energy which gives two or three neutrons in each fission. This can induce a self-sustaining chain. Here you can see the protons of uranium-235 and neutrons of uranium-235 split into the two atoms that are krypton and the barium. Means in this fission it induced a self-sustaining chain. Means due to this we can generate an electricity. Now, we are going to see our next topic for today's seminar, that is difference between the nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reactions. We will study this difference between according to the parameters given in the distribution table. Okay, the first of all we will distinguish these two reactions according to the definition. We have already seen that nuclear fission reactions is defined as the splitting of one atom into two or more daughter atoms. Okay, that means nuclear fission is nothing but the splitting of atoms. Next, the nuclear fusion reaction. What do you mean by the nuclear fusion reaction? Fusion is nothing but the combination of two atoms. Okay, yeah, here it is given. It is defined as combination of two or more lighter atoms to form a large one. Means in the fission reaction there is breaking down, and fusion reaction there is combination. And the next parameter to distinguish these both reactions are nuclei nature. Nuclear fission reaction is confined to heavy nuclei only, whereas the nuclear fusion reaction is confined to lighter nuclei. The next parameter is process of natural occurrence. Nuclear fission reactions, it is it does not occur naturally, okay, whereas the nuclear fusion reactions it occurs naturally, as it can be observed in stars, for example such as sun. Yeah, therefore it is called as a natural reaction. Next one is the temperature requirement. Which reactions require high temperature and which do not require high temperature? In nuclear fission reactions, it do not require the high temperature, whereas in nuclear fusion reaction, it requires the high temperature, because in fusion there is combination, so it requires high energy. The next parameter is byproduct after reactions. Now, what is the byproduct after the reaction has been completed? What is formed in nuclear fission reactions when two atoms are split? It gives highly radioactive particles, and in fusion reactions when two atoms combine, it do not give very radioactive particles, it gives very little radioactive particles. The next parameter is on what conditions these reactions occur. On they means what conditions they need to take place. So, for nuclear fission reactions, the critical mass of substance with high speed neutrons is necessary, whereas in nuclear fusion reactions, it requires higher density with high temperature. We already have seen in temperature parameter that in fission reaction we do not require high temperature, but whereas in fusion reaction it requires a very high temperature. Now, what is the energy requirement for both of these? The next point is energy requirement. Nuclear fission reactions very less amount of energy, whereas nuclear fusion reactions requires high amount of energy, as it involves the combination of the two atoms. The next one is the release of energy. To distinguish between nuclear fission and nuclear fusion, the next parameter is release of energy. In fission, energy released is million times greater than released energy. In fusion reaction, energy released is 3 to 4 times greater than energy released. Okay, the next one is energy nature. Now, which kind of nature occur in nuclear fission reactions, means which reactions takes place? It works on the basis of the exothermic reaction, whereas the fusion reactions it is endothermic in nature. We already known that what is exothermic and what is endothermic reaction. The next parameter is fuel uses. Which fuel we require to carry out all these reactions? To carry out the nuclear fission reactions, the uranium is significant fuel which is used. And to carry out nuclear fusion reactions, the isotopes of hydrogen is used. We all know isotopes of hydrogen, that is deuterium, tritium, which are used to carry out nuclear fusion reaction. The last one is application. These both reactions where it is applied. The nuclear fission reaction is applied in nuclear power plants, whereas nuclear fusion reaction it is applied in experimentation and utilized for energy generations. So here we have concluded our today's topic for seminar. Here I have ended my today's seminar for the topic the nuclear fission reaction, as well as the distinguish between the, that is we have seen the difference between the nuclear fission and nuclear fission reactions. I thank you to one and all for listening me very patiently. Thank you so much.